I refused to see other options for a girl and pressing charges for what she did to my son's car. My 17-year-old son Jake had been saving money for 2 years to buy his first car. He worked every weekend at the grocery store, bagging groceries and collecting carts in the parking lot for $8 an hour. He saved every birthday dollar, every Christmas gift, every penny he could find. Finally, last month, he bought this 2015 Honda Civic with 80,000 miles on it. Nothing fancy, but it was his. He washed it every Sunday, kept the interior spotless, and was so proud to finally have his own wheels to drive to school and work. Last Tuesday, Jake came home from school looking like someone had punched him in the stomach. He just stood in our kitchen staring at the floor, not saying anything. I asked what was wrong, and he handed me his phone with a picture on it. Someone had keyed his car. Not just a little scratch either. Deep gouges ran along both sides, spelling out the word loser in huge letters across the driver's side door. The damage went all the way down to the metal. I felt sick looking at it. This wasn't some random act of vandalism. This was personal and cruel. Jake had spent every penny he had on that car, and now it looked like it had been attacked. I asked if he knew who did it, and he nodded. He said it was this girl named Brittany from his math class. She'd asked him to prom last week, and when he said no because he was already taking someone else, she got really mad and started spreading rumors about him at school. The security cameras in the student parking lot caught everything. Clear footage of Brittany walking up to Jake's car with her house key and deliberately carving those letters into the paint while other students watched. I called the police immediately. The officer who came out looked at the footage and said it was pretty clear-cut vandalism. The damage estimate came back at over $1,500 to repaint both sides of the car. That's when the phone calls started. First, Brittany's mom called crying, begging me not to press charges. She said Brittany was a good kid who just made a mistake, that she was supposed to start college in the fall and a criminal record would ruin her future. Then the school counselor called, saying maybe we could work something out through the school's mediation program instead of involving the courts. She kept using words like restorative justice and learning opportunity. Even Jake's math teacher reached out, explaining that Brittany was one of her top students and had never been in trouble before. She suggested maybe Brittany could do community service or write an apology letter instead. Everyone kept saying I should see other options and consider what was best for Brittany's future. They painted her as this innocent girl who just had a moment of poor judgment, but nobody seemed to care about what was best for Jake. Nobody mentioned the 2 years he spent saving money or how proud he was of that car. Nobody talked about how embarrassed he felt driving to school with "loser" carved into his doors. I told every single person who called that we were pressing charges. Period. This wasn't some accident or misunderstanding. Brittany made a choice to destroy someone else's property because she didn't get what she wanted. Brittany's dad finally called and offered to pay for the repairs if we dropped the charges. I said absolutely not. This wasn't about the money anymore. It was about consequences for actions. At the court hearing, Brittany showed up in a dress with her parents, looking like she was going to church. Her lawyer talked about her grades and college plans and how one mistake shouldn't define her future. The judge wasn't having it. She said destroying someone's property in a fit of anger showed a serious lack of character. Brittany got 6 months of probation, had to pay full restitution, and do 100 hours of community service. The best part was when the judge looked right at Brittany and said that maybe this consequence would teach her that other people's hard work and property deserve respect even when she doesn't get her way. Jake got his car repainted and it looks good as new. More importantly, he learned that his mom would always fight for him when someone tried to tear down what he'd worked so hard to build. Brittany still had to go to college with a criminal record for vandalism. Sometimes actions really do have consequences.